do this. Yo, are we live?
1 1 1 1.
Sort of, man. Let me just get it closer to you.
1 1 1 1.
Yeah, perfect. Cool. Yo, welcome to Boxing with the Mandem. I'm back. Tots is back now.
Yes.
I know everyone's been missing him.
Come on.
Guy's been busy.
Hey.
On the side, he's an amateur boxer, so
I'm trying, man. I just come back from training still.
you've just been punching up guys.
I've been dropping them, you know.
Yeah,
I've been motivated. You get
That's it.
motivated.
Man. Let's get into it, man. The weather's good.
We give thanks.
Yeah,
Sun's out.
Looking
guns
like
out.
35 degrees today.
I need it, man.
Yeah,
I need a little tan. It's
weather's
really cool.
been firing.
I needed to toast me. My
Yeah.
British gas bill's too high, and it's time for them to just get off my back.
But I'm looking to turn off my boiler at this rate.
The boiler needs to get out.
Yeah,
I just need
because-
sunshine. You get it?
Yeah, so cool. Let's start with the first. This is fresh. Teofimo versus Josh Taylor.
Bro, a big respect to Teofimo, man. Like, you know what? He is boxing. He's what boxing's all about. It's about winning, losing, and coming back. I didn't know who was going to win. I felt like Josh Taylor, rightly and deservedly so, was the favourite, you know. His last performance wasn't that good, but Teo's last performance wasn't that good. They both arguably, Taylor arguably, in my opinion, lost against Catterall, but he got the decision. He dropped all of his belts and was just the lineal champion. But technically, from that lineal, it should have been a unified. Not unified, but undisputed. Sorry, Someone corrected me on the comment section. Undisputed. So unified is when you've got 1 or 2 belts. Undisputed is when you've got all the belts. Yeah. So this was unified because it was the ring belt and the WBO. Now, technically, it should have been all of the belts, but you know, Josh Taylor, because of sanctioning fees, had to drop all of them. Yeah. I felt like the performance was excellent. I felt like the build up to the fight was excellent, and I feel like 135 to 140 is the hot stuff division. I know it's 2 divisions, but bro, these guys are up and down in weight by 5 pounds, and I didn't think Teo would do what he done to Taylor. Yeah,
I was shocked by that performance. You know what? Not necessarily from a perspective of Josh Taylor losing. I think it was the manner that Josh Taylor lost. He looked like he just wasn't there. Like he was getting hit with uppercuts, body shots. Teofimo was on his toes, just jumping, giving him Super Mario punches left, right, and center. And I'm just like, what the hell's going on here? And it's like Josh Taylor, you know. But at the same time, that Jack Catterall fight, now looking back, it exposed him that he was on the decline. Why? I don't know. Maybe the level of competition, because I felt his best performance till this day was against Riga's Progress.
Everyone's saying that was the fight that damaged him. Apparently, that took a lot out of him.
I think he put it all on the line, and that's what. And ever since then, he ain't been the same.
But there's just to play devil's advocate, just to be the yin to your yang. Can we keep it on a level of, is Catterall and Teo better than what we thought? Because right now people are telling me that that Catterall performance. And I'm like, I reckon Catterall beat him again. Yeah, I reckon that's the reason why they didn't go for the rematch. I reckon Catterall against Teo, it's not a Teo favorite thing. Like it could go any way. I reckon that sometimes you have to look at it and say, Taylor's a good fighter, but Catterall's a good fighter. Yeah, Teo's a good fighter. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? When we see Ryan and Rowley and all of these other lot and get into the mix of it with O'Hara and them lot, they're all good fighters. Regis Progress, he's a good fighter. He's got one of the belts now. Yeah. Then Devon's looking to come up, and Devon's looking to take on Regis. This is legendary stuff. Yeah. Teo said he's a legend in the game, and I agree.
Yeah,
I say from beating Lomachenko at lightweight, taking all the belts,
and the way he did it as well.
The way he did it, then to go up and beat Josh Taylor. You're like, cool. Devon done what he done, and big up Devon because Devon done his thing. But Teo's the one to me that's opening doors. Yeah, he's saying whatever you think about boxing, forget about it. I'm making you aware that it's all fugazi, your imagination. Yeah. The only thing that matters is what happens in them rings. So I'm at that stage where even me watching boxing now, I'm not even trying to guess no more, especially in that division, because I'm just like, I need to see it happen. Yeah, I feel like there's a style thing going on here, though. I will say that I feel like Teofimo Lopez enjoys and is a blender for man that are swarmers, man that like to fight on the inside, man that like to be aggressive, man that like to throw punches in bunches, combination punch, because he's a good counter puncher. I feel like Teo is really good at that. Cambosa kind of exposed Teo in that essence of, if you try and box with Teo, you could outbox him. So I just feel like the couple of counter punches that we've got in the division, they all need to mix it up. But there's certain fighters that are tailor made for them.
Yeah.
So if you come against them, man, with like trying to throw and be aggressive, they're gonna just counter you to smithereens. So I feel like styles make fights, but then again, even with styles making fights, I still want to see how he does against Ryan. I still want to see how he does against Rowley. I still want to. I rate what he done. I think he outboxed him, outthought him. I feel like Josh Taylor is a very good fighter, but he's got one rhythm to him, which is aggression, fight on the inside. Josh Taylor doesn't use his length. He doesn't use his reach. He doesn't try and fight like a long fighter. He fights like a short fighter. He's got a very much aggressive Mexican style. He still boxes, he still bangs, he still hits to the body really well, but he loves to stay on you like paint on wall. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like against counter punches like Tio, Javante, all these good counter punchers, they're going to counter you to smithereens. But with that being said, let's see him against these other guys, because he still has a career at 147. Do you know what I mean? I just think that people need to give Catterall his dues as well, because I feel like Catterall didn't do no different from Tio, although Tio's one was very much clear, I can't lie. Catterall dropped him, Catterall done his thing. I'd like to see them guys give Catterall a chance. Yeah,
I think it will happen. I think from what Eddie Hearn's been saying, he's trying to basically wait to see what happens with O'Hara and Rolly Romeo's situation, and then offer him that big check to fight Catterall or defend it with Catterall. And I think that'll be a sick fight, because that'll be a rematch for Catterall. It went majority decision on UD.
UD on split.
It was split. It was still tight. It's still tight, and that's why I said it's mad how the division is, because they went the distance. It wasn't like one person was dominating the other. It was a stalemate fight. But you have now Josh Taylor who knocks him out. So it's just one of them ones where it's like, you just don't know. Styles make fights, and it's like the way the whole division, everyone's gonna lose. I don't see anyone coming out of this without losing everybody has to lose, because it won't make sense. If they fight the right fights. Now, when we talk about fighting the right fights, I start to get the feeling that I don't know if certain fighters are protected, because when I look at, like, for example, Tank, and this is the reason why I side with Tio a lot, because I didn't realize he was 25. He's still very much a young fighter. So he's a young fighter, and I remember when Tank and Lomachenko was supposed to fight. Mayweather said nah. And I felt like, why are you protecting him? But then you got someone like Tio who took that belt. And then when he took that belt, that's when everyone was like, yeah, I want to fight Lomachenko. But no one was trying to fight him until Tio did it. And that's why I understand why he had that level of resentment and he had that kind of like chip on his shoulder, because I'm the guy that made that guy look normal. He was impossible. He was the boogeyman. So it's very interesting how like the division is. I do feel that if there is anyone that still has a O on their record, there's a chance that they're going to be heavily protected. And they're being selective about who they fight. Whereas I feel like Devin Haney's getting wiser. He's prepared to take a loss, because the way he's talking about it, like, he doesn't really like how the current boxing is, how it's so pinned on the fact that you have to have an undefeated record, where it shouldn't be like that. And obviously that's from the Mayweather era. So it's a very interesting one.
Exactly. No, you're right. I feel like Devin, if he does what he does against Progress, then a unification against Tio. If Devin does what he needs to do, this is legendary stuff. Like, I feel like the boxing world doesn't know this, but when people look back, they'll say, you lot were legendary fighters, because what you lot are doing in the 4-weight division era is amazing, and you're not ducking. Like, these, like, we've had back-to-back top boy fights. Tio against Josh Taylor, that was almost like a dream match. I was like, rah, like, you lot actually gonna fight. You're top boys. You know you're both top boys. Like, this is, like, are you sure you want to? And they done it. Devin against Lomo, top boy fight. Ryan against Tank, top boy fight. Even the losers of each of them fights, Rowley, Ryan, Taylor, and Lomachenko, if them three were to ever mix up, those would be top boy fights. So I'm hoping, it's weird now, boxing fans are never satisfied, and I'm gonna always never be satisfied with the game. That's just the way it is. Unfortunately, it is what it is, isn't it? We're getting a lot of unified, but I want to see the second tier and the third tier guy fight each other. I want to build up a picture. I want this to be like Premier League football. I want to be like, you're the number one, you're the number two. Right now, I don't even know who the number one is, but I'd like to know who number 2, 3, and 4 are, at least while I'm trying to figure out number one.
So what about the argument when people say, okay, cool, like we shouldn't have all these belts?
The belts to me is just marketing. The belts to me is just marketing. It's just the red belt, the black belt, WBO, IBF. They're just belts. We shouldn't, but either way, having 4 belts, I just feel like it's a game. The game is collect as many belts as you can. Now, because people have upped the game, now it's collect as many belts as you can and beat anybody that looks like they're a bad boy. And I feel like I enjoy that game.
Yeah.
Rather than having one belt, then we have to wait one at a time. Now it's a case of we got a little bit of drama, we got a little bit of WWE going on. Yeah, and I like that. Like, and that's how it feels. We feel frustrated with it, but it makes the game fun. Do you get me? Seeing that Rolly's got a belt, you're like, look at this Rolly guy. I want someone to snatch that belt off him. And the turnaround, if Rolly, from that bad performance of winning a vacant belt to beating O'Hara, then beating Ryan, people will be like, well, hey, Rolly, now go see Teo. And it just makes it fun. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I don't want more belts. Like, I feel like 4 is enough. I feel like we're not going to legitimize the IBO or the IBA. Do you get it? Like, there's more than 4 really. There's a lot of belts like WBF. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like right now with the 4 belt era, the IBF, the WBA, WBC, and WBO, once you got them 4 belts in the ring title, man are saying that well done, but man are saying that look, the levels are up now. This generation's already up the levels. Yeah. Like Crawford was the first to do the lightweight, then Usyk, then Teo, then Devon, and Josh Taylor as well. So we're screaming, all right, cool. We've already got a couple man that are doing it. Let's see how many people can do 2 divisions. Unified, undisputed. Let's see you could do 3 divisions undisputed. Do you get it? So now we're getting to that point of, all right, you're doing multiple weights. Let's see if you can get all the belts in multiple weights and beat all the guys. Like, we're up in the levels, and then there'll be a time in the future where man will be like, look, you have to go from lightweight to heavyweights. And it's happened in the past. Yeah, it has. If you check the boxing, but if you go back in the day, was it Barbados Walcott? He went from lightweight to heavyweight and won titles. Wow. So that's black and white days. He was like 5'7". So it's happened in the past. Man have gone from lightweight to heavyweight and won titles from all the divisions. So it's not impossible. But in the 4-weight era, I would love to see it. Broner's back as well.
I was literally gonna talk about.
I know. I trust you. Like,
what are you saying? My man sold his soul to Don King.
He needs the money, man. It's his cash.
He's full from grace.
Is it full? He's rich. Rick Ross was there supporting him. He's loved. He's a celebrity.
Man. Like what I thought he was gonna be. And what he ended up doing, I'm like, damn.
He's what Tank is. What we thought Tank would be. He's what we thought.
What do you mean?
As in when Tank came out under Mayweather, we thought Broner was going to be like...
Oh, what
Tank's doing now is what we expected Broner. And Broner, to an extent, he's done 4 belts. He's done lightweight, light welter, and welter. No, he said he's done 3.
But you know what? I feel like the standards have upped so much now that I don't know if I rate that as much, because it's like you could get 1 belt, not defend it, go to the next division, get a belt, go to the next division.
That's why we're rating Teo, because we're like, look, wait, he fought the ring.
Yeah, no, but you see, but the thing about it with Teo, he's defending in that. Of course, thing. Yeah. Adrian Broner don't have that. He just get the belt, go to the next.
And would be the weakest champion.
That's why I believe the whole marketing.
Yeah, it'll be for a vacant title. Do you get it? Whereas Teo come and took it off the man.
Yeah.
Took it off the man. Who are you, the man? He took it off you. Whereas AB is what AB is, isn't it? He's here to bring entertainment, the hip hop, the love and hip hop type of thing to boxing. He wants Rolly. Everyone wants Rolly. Rolly's the man for an easy belt at 140. But what people don't realize is that once you got that monkey on your back, everyone's coming to take it, bro. Like, AB will get beat by a lot of guys. I promise you that now. A lot of guys will beat him. Not because he's not good, because I saw his last fight. He's done well. He boxed. Like, AB is always a better boxer, in my opinion, when he lets his hands go. But the man, like, Devon might give AB, like, I reckon Devon will beat AB. I don't see AB beating the top 5 or top 6.
Oh, no. He's been away from boxing for too long.
Even Rolly. Him against Rolly's not a given, you know.
He could get knocked out.
That's the truth.
On other boxing news, Joe Joyce and Zhang has been announced. So that's going to happen on September 2nd. What do you think of that fight?
I mean, Joyce is probably gonna box a very boring fight if he really wants to win. Like he has to box a fight of in out, shake it all about. You know, like that. Do the hokey pokey. He has to do that type of thing.
So what I feel is kind of unfortunate about this situation is we always knew Joyce could be beaten, but the way he was beating people before, I was like,
it looked good.
Like the way he beat the boy, I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? I was thinking, okay, if you continue on this
train,
you're gonna be avoided, or someone's gonna have to vacate their title. Now seeing him getting beaten like that, it was like, oh, it's almost like it was common because his eye went as well. I was thinking, what's going on? So it's interesting. Obviously, Zhang is good.
Do you think he'll beat Zhang second time round?
It's not a given.
I don't know.
I wouldn't bet on it.
It's gonna be tough because I feel like if he doesn't box like a boxer and he stays on the center line for them straight lefts, it's just going to be the same game. Yeah. And I'll be honest, one thing I was a bit disappointed in is the fact that you were getting caught flush with the straight left. You didn't make no adjustments. It was only because Zhang's tired out that he couldn't stop you. Because that straight left, anytime Zhang wanted to hit you with that straight left, it was like a magnet on another magnet. It just connected, bro.
Bang, bang.
Just connected. Dagger. I was like, brother, are you not going to catch the left? Are you not going to move your... You don't.
And he couldn't see it as well, eventually.
I mean, he couldn't... But the thing is like, this is the same punch that's hitting you. This is the only punch that was hitting you, is that straight left. Everything else was poor and jab. But that straight left, he couldn't miss. So I'm just looking at the game like, unless Joe Joyce makes adjustments and starts to really like get rid of that straight left, you're just going to get hit with that straight left. It's going to be the same thing. But we'll see. I don't mind him running it again. I feel like Zhang's better than Joyce from what I've seen. Zhang's fought harder competition. Zhang's older, but Zhang at heavyweight division, age is almost like... In boxing in general, I would say this now, I'll be real with you. Maybe the lightweight divisions might be a bit different, but in boxing in general, in the heavier divisions, it's looking like being older is a prize because of the experience.
Yeah.
So although Zhang is older than Joyce is quite old himself, but Zhang has already experienced Joshua on a competition level. Yeah. Zhang's already experienced being to the Olympics. He's already experienced fighting up and coming hard fights. Zhang's been taken. I mean, the guy that he lost to was a tough fight. That's a guy, that's a prospect.
Ergovic.
Contender, not even prospect no more. Yeah. So Zhang, in reality, CV and metal is better than what we think it is because he's already beaten Joe Joyce.
Yep. So, yeah. Well, I look forward to that fight. And I think on the last boxing we're going to talk, obviously... it's looking like now Dillian Whyte is going to fight AJ and Deontay Wilder is going to fight.
Who's going to fight?
AJ. So he's going to fight both of them. It'll be a thing where, because I think what's going to happen is, from what Eddie Hearn has been saying, is that they want more fights under Derek James, Anthony Joshua's coach. And I understand that. I think that's the best thing. I always... use the example of Lennox Lewis, where he fought meaty fighters under his new coach and then went on to, and that's when we got the Kronk version of Lennox Lewis. So I think he does need more fights under his belt, especially if he wants to fight Tyson Fury. And I'm excited about the Deontay Wilder fight. One reason why is because one thing we do know about Deontay Wilder, he has a puncher's shot.
Do you think he's going to beat Deontay?
Why? I wouldn't bet on it.
If he beats Deontay, I'll give him the same ratings I give Fury for beating Deontay.
Yeah.
And I'll say that, yes, I want to see the fight. I want to see. If Joshua does it, I'll say, Joshua, try again against Usyk if you can, and try again against Fury. Yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like Deontay is like that final boss at a video game. Have you watched Streets of Rage?
Yeah.
You know when you just beat up everybody, then you get to the last spot, he just wench and he's got one shot and you have to get power ups and you have to dodge him and you have to just do some scummy tricks and that, pause the game and that, be looking at where he is and then move. I feel like it's like that because Deontay's knockout thing, Fury's the most elusive fighter and he got dropped 4 times in 3 fights.
Yeah.
One of them was he was risen from the dead. I remember that. The one that he drawed, he literally hit him so hard that he was unconscious and he rose from the dead. I don't see Joshua getting up for that. But if Joshua boxes the right box and boxes the right fight, he could stop him. So, you know what it is we need to see it. I would give Deontay a better chance based on performance, but Joshua, if he boxes right, like how Fury boxed, right? He could stop him as well. That it's just gonna be a good fight. Like the Whyte one, you know, I want Whyte to get paid, innit? Like, someone give Whyte 3 million, please. The guy's getting punchy. Like, give him 4 million. I want to see my Brixton brother, Brixton bully. You get it? I want to see him eat. Like, he's got like 9 kids and that. Like, I want him, you know what I mean? He's got a legacy. But I'm more interested in the Wilder v Joshua. I think that fight, that fight is serious because I feel like the number 2. Okay, let's say the number 3 in the division for me still is Wilder. So for Joshua to eclipse that, I feel like Joshua has to beat him because once Joshua beats him, although he's lost to Usyk, at least we've got like a old school
1, 2, 3.
Exactly. You can say, all right, cool. Usyk beat Joshua for him to be in the spot. Tyson beat Wilder for him to be in the spot.
Yeah.
Joshua beat Wilder for him to be in the spot.
Yeah.
So now we've got our 3 musketeers.
Yeah.
But unless Joshua beats Wilder, for me, the 3 musketeers needs to be Wilder still.
Yeah.
I'd rather see Wilder v Usyk first than Joshua v Usyk.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, then, cool. Well, on that one, we'll leave it. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. It's Sunday. I'm going to leave you to enjoy the sun.
Come on.
Like I said, all the people, the community, they're asking for you. So
I'm back.
Next week,
I'll try,
we'll
man.
see you.
At least, guys, I live life, man.
Yeah, so we'll end on that note. Boxing with the Mandem, here with Toks. Enjoy your day.
Much love.
Peace.